As the late great Kenny Rogers said, you gotta know when to hold 'em and you gotta know when to fold 'em. What's up everyone, Seth Woolcock here from Betting Pros, and today I'm gonna be walking you through my top 6 worst bets that you should be avoiding. So let's bet smarter, not harder, and start working together against these sports books. Before we jump in, I wanted to remind you about the Betting Pros Pick Tracker. Want to track all your wagers in one place? Check out the Betting Pros Pick Tracker. It syncs up with your sports books to tally which picks hit and which picks miss. Plus, it gives you a live look at what the public is doing, so you can use real-time tracking to determine which plays to make and which to fade. Track your picks today with Betting Pros Pick Tracker at bettingpros.com/pick-tracking or on the Betting Pros sports betting app. Now, let's get into the top 6 worst bets to avoid. Number 6. Not to win bets. This has been a market recently discussed in the motorsports betting community, one that allows you to bet on one driver not winning the race. This is sort of like taking the field against the favorite, but you can only bet it one way and at crazy steep odds, sometimes as steep as -900, -800. That means if it is -800, you'd be betting essentially $100 to win just $12.50. In markets like motorsports where anything can happen, it's not really profitable to be risking so much capital on such a small return. Plus, you're usually backing some of the best drivers in the sport, whether you're betting NASCAR, F1, IndyCar, and who wants to bet against GOATs, people? Number 5, group bets. Sticking in motorsports and also applying to other individual sports like golf are group bets. These are basically head-to-head bets, but on steroids. So instead of fading one driver and backing one driver to beat another driver or a golfer, you're betting on a driver to beat 3 or 5 other drivers, or a golfer to beat 3 or 5 other golfers. And a lot can really happen in hundreds of miles on a racetrack or in 72 holes on a golf course. So that's why I really try to avoid these group bets. I tend to just stick to the head-to-heads. You can kind of fade one person generally. And then if you like to fade one golfer, one driver, you can generally then start fading them in additional matchups with other drivers that you're backing. I prefer going more heavily into the head-to-head market than backing over here in this group market. Number 4, parlays of 4+ legs. And look, parlays are going to be a really big buzzword throughout the rest of this episode, so you're going to want to know the definition. A parlay is making 2 or more bets and linking them together to create one bet for a greater payout. Parlays have become extremely popular, specifically in NFL betting, but there's a reason these books are pushing parlays daily. Hitting parlays of 4+ legs is extremely difficult because the amount of variance that happens from game to game, specifically in the NFL or college football. Stacking a bunch of plus money player props is usually a good way to give into what the books refer to as sucker bets. Instead, I suggest putting some parlays together of 2 or 3 legs, specifically of more minus money wagers. Whether you want to back a game line or whether you want to back an under or a total, that's fine as well. Maybe some minus money likely to happen player props, but you really get in trouble when you start putting these plus money player props in together and trying to make a crazy payout here. Number 3, book manufactured parlays. The best thing you can do when you see a book manufactured parlays is run, not walk the other way. And listen, I get it. They have a catchy name, they have a catchy graphic, but more times than not, these are manufactured in a way that they look like potential play. But when it really comes down to it, their risk management team has basically said, I think we're going to win this. We can get and take advantage of the public perception here. So I'm not playing 4-leg parlays. I'm also not playing here book manufactured parlays either. Sticking with parlays, we'll see a lot of books, specifically FanDuel, DraftKings. They'll get famous individuals to manufacture some different parlays for them, to back them. So my number 2 bet to avoid here, number 2 celebrity backed parlays, because let's be honest, whether it's Kay Adams, Charles Barkley, Clint Boyer, Matt Barnes, do these people really have time to be doing research to craft winning parlays for you? No shot at all. These are endorsed plays, and they're just another way that a book is getting people to tail these ridiculous SGPs that aren't going to cash. So again, I'm not playing the celebrity backed parlays. I'm not doing any of the manufactured ones by the books. And also, I'm avoiding any of my own custom ones that have more than 4 legs. All right, so let's go ahead and get into my number 1 most avoided bet out here, and this is the blind bet. That's right. So the number one bet you can make is a blind one. So whether you're just blindly picking a side or tailing an expert, you need to put in your own research to find an edge here. If you don't find an edge or at least a positive EV, don't bet it. You know, it's that simple. Sure, sports betting is gambling, but at the end of the day, we want to try to take as much as a gamble out of it as possible. So avoiding blind betting, betting with your heart, betting because you're at the bars with your buddies, that's what we're about here. We're trying to make smart, calculated bets here to make you a smarter, better sports bettor here at Betting Pros. All right, and that's it. That'll do it for my 6 worst bets to avoid. Did I miss a bet type that you're avoiding? Or did I throw a little shade on maybe a bet that you're still trying to back that type of market? Let me know in the comments. And while you're here, subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel as well if you enjoy this type of content. I'm Seth Woolcock. I'll catch you next time, folks. Thank you.